With the future of former top pick Kyle Pitts hanging in the balance, the Atlanta Falcons may have one last trick up their sleeve to salvage their massive investment. As trade rumors have swirled all offseason, the team is now deploying a new strategy in training camp, one that could either unlock his immense potential or complicate his future even further. The new plan is being unveiled on the practice field. Kyle Pitts is taking significant reps not just at his natural tight end position, but also with the wide receivers. This isn't a full-time position change, but a deliberate attempt to weaponize his unique, elite athleticism and find new ways to get him the ball in space. The goal is to create mismatches, potentially lining him up in the slot against smaller linebackers and defensive backs who simply can't handle his size and speed. On the surface, it's a brilliant tactical move. The Falcons have a clear top two receiving threats in Drake London and Darnell Mooney, but the third option is an open competition. Pitts, with his physical gifts, is an ideal candidate to seize that role and become a focal point of the passing attack, regardless of where he lines up. However, this experiment opens a Pandora's box of potential complications. First, the Falcons' tight end depth is already thin. A full-time move for Pitts would create a massive hole at his natural position, so this hybrid role must be carefully managed. More importantly, it creates a complex financial dilemma down the road. If Pitts excels as a receiver, he will demand to be paid like one in his next contract, a price tag significantly higher than that of a tight end. This potential contract issue not only makes re-signing him more expensive for Atlanta, but also makes trading him even more difficult. Any team interested in acquiring him would have to factor in the looming possibility of a wide receiver-level contract negotiation, potentially lowering his trade value. The Falcons are walking a strategic tightrope. They are trying to increase his on-field value, but in doing so, they might be creating a financial problem they can't solve. So what's your take on this move? Is this a stroke of genius by the coaching staff to finally unlock the player everyone hoped Pitts would be? Or is it a desperate gamble that could backfire when it's time to talk contracts? Let us know your thoughts below. For Kyle Pitts and the Falcons, this isn't just a new play call. It's a high-stakes experiment designed to maximize a generational talent, and the results could define his future in Atlanta one way or another. The biggest threat to Michael Penix Jr.'s development isn't a blitzing linebacker or a shutdown corner. It's the man holding a clipboard on the sideline, earning $27.5 million to do it. As the Atlanta Falcons enter training camp, the excitement around their second-year quarterback is undeniable. Penix showed flashes of brilliance in his 3 starts last season, including a memorable 27-point victory over the Giants. But as ESPN's Mark Raimondi points out, the continued presence of Kirk Cousins creates a uniquely pressurized environment that could be detrimental to the young quarterback's growth. This isn't a typical backup situation. Cousins isn't a journeyman mentor. He's a highly paid, proven starter who was supposed to be the franchise's answer just 1 year ago. His massive $27.5 million contract looms over every snap Penix takes. Raimondi poses a critical question. If Penix goes through the inevitable growing pains of a young starter, how long before fans start calling for the expensive safety net on the bench to save a potential playoff run? This dynamic creates a razor-thin margin for error and could turn the fan base against Penix at the first sign of trouble. The situation is a potential distraction that the Falcons must manage perfectly. Every practice rep, every preseason snap will be scrutinized. Is Cousins getting too much work with the second team? Is there tension in the quarterback room? These are the narratives that can poison a locker room and derail a season before it truly begins. However, there's a strong counterargument for optimism. For the first time, Penix has had a full offseason to prepare as the undisputed starter. He spent months building chemistry with key weapons like Drake London and Kyle Pitts, a luxury he didn't have when he was thrust into the lineup last year. The front office is betting that this preparation, this time spent developing rhythm and trust with the first-team offense, will allow Penix to hit the ground running and make the quarterback controversy a non-issue. But even if Penix thrives, this team's success hinges on the other side of the ball. While the offense is loaded with potential, the defense has been the team's Achilles heel. The 2024 season ended with 2 straight overtime losses in which the offense scored a combined 62 points. That cannot happen again. Recognizing this, the team made significant changes, bringing in new defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich and other key assistants to overhaul the scheme. The ultimate question for the Falcons season isn't just about Penix. It's whether this revamped defense can finally provide the support a high-powered offense needs to win. Is the Kirk Cousins situation a ticking time bomb for the Falcons, or is it a valuable safety net? And what's more important for their success, Penix's development or the defense stepping up? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. As training camp begins, Atlanta isn't just building a team. They're conducting a high-stakes experiment. And the results will determine if this is the year the Falcons finally rise up or if they crumble under the pressure they created for themselves.